The Kingdom hosted the Bahrain British Business Forum with participation of more than 200 business members of both countries from different sectors of production and services. The forum was addressed by the Minister of Electricity and Water, speaking on the plans and projects of renewable energy in the Kingdom of Bahrain and investment opportunities available to local and international companies, especially the British organizations.
I'm very glad that the UK is one of Bahrain's principal economic partners. It's been that way for many years, and we enjoy a very close, very rich relationship with so much economic exchange in different sectors of the economy, in property investment, in export of cars, for example. Jaguar Land Rover have an excellent market here in Bahrain, but also in other ways that people don't see so much. For example, we're looking forward to the opening of an incredibly high-tech new McLaren factory in Sheffield in the next couple of months, which of course benefits from enormous investment, very successful investment by Mumtalakat. So we have a great deal going on already, and it's underpinned by a really widespread mutual understanding. So many Bahrainis have lived, worked and studied in the UK, know how the UK economy works, know its strengths sometimes better, I think, than I do. And similarly, there are so many British people who over the years have lived, worked, served in the armed forces and also, of course, studied in Bahrain. So we have this mutual understanding, which I don't think you can see between Bahrain and any other European or Western country. First of all, we carry on doing what we're doing and do more of it. Secondly, we identify particular areas where we think there is a special strength between our two countries. I'm very excited that the Economic Development Board is prioritising the UK for a big drive in 2019 to develop the financial services relationship between our two countries. Of course, the City of London is the world's premier centre for financial services and also for financial innovation. So the FinTech Bay in the EDB has now got a couple of British startups who are part of this new startup environment, a startup culture in Bahrain, and we're looking forward to a major British Bahraini presence at a big British trade fair called Innovate Finance in April next year. And so we're already seeing a whole load of interaction going on between the two sectors, and we're seeing that likely to increase a great deal. And what we can do is try to ensure that what experience there is in the UK, which has not yet reached Bahrain, is made available. At the other end of the scale, and here in Bahrain, there are some really exciting new development projects in both private and public sector. To take the public sector, the King Hamad Causeway project, the second bridge to Saudi Arabia, which not only is going to increase the capacity for freight and passengers, but also to deliver the railway at last to Bahrain. This is a wonderful opportunity for further collaboration, both in terms of engineering and design, but also in terms of financing. And we have some excellent British financing products that we think will be able to, if the Bahraini and Saudi owners of this project want to, will be able to help finance this very important project. And then we're looking ahead to the light rail project, which will connect into the new GCC rail head in Sanabis. And this could really transform the way we get around Bahrain in the years to come. We have wonderful expertise in the design, the operation, and manufacture of the equipment, but also again of the financing of this. So these are particular areas where I see an opportunity and where I and my team in the embassy are going to be focusing our attempts over the next few months.
Minister Mirza highlighted the depth of the historical ties between the Kingdom of Bahrain and the United Kingdom, which span more than 200 years, especially in the field of electricity, water and renewable energy, as well as long-standing trade relations.
Bahrain British Business Forum is very honored today to host the Minister of Electricity and Water Affairs to talk about renewable energy plants in Bahrain. Renewable energy is the thing of the future. It is actually the thing of today. And hopefully everybody in Bahrain will consider using his own initiative to take advantage of renewable energy within his home and business. This would save the nation a great deal, and it is clean and efficient. We are very delighted to have the Minister with us today, and we're looking forward to his presentation.
He thanked the organizing committee of the forum for their clear efforts with preparation for the benefits of the national economy and for their efforts in strengthening the historical relations of the two friendly countries.
So on a monthly basis, our members meet to do networking between the Bahrain and the British business communities, and to hear from an interesting speaker on a particular topic of relevance and importance in the market at the moment, particularly where the two communities can collaborate more on business and commerce. Today we're delighted to have His Excellency the Minister for Electricity, Water and Water Authority, Dr. Mirza, to talk to us about the government's strategy and planning for sustainable energy.
Meanwhile, organizers of the forum expressed their thanks and gratitude to the Minister of Electricity and Water Affairs for the positive response. They also thanked the Minister for his approval and sponsorship of the forum, as well as for his presentation as a keynote speaker. Bahrain National Theatre opened in November 2012 under the patronage of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. The Bahrain National Theatre hosted a number of global performances from some of the world's foremost artists, such as the Orchestra of the 21st Century of Russia, legendary composer Yanni, Spanish opera superstar Placido Domingo, the Bolshoi and Mariinsky ballets from Russia, and El Divo. In addition, the museum hosted a number of cultural activities, including the 39th Annual Bahrain Fine Arts Festival and Korean Tradition Costumes Fashion Show, as well as press conferences and award ceremonies. In addition to its main auditorium, the Bahrain National Theatre contains a cafeteria and an outdoor hall which overlooks the lake, as well as a smaller hall which can accommodate up to 100 people, used for training, press conferences, and a small celebration. The Bahrain National Theatre is one of the largest theatres in the Arab world and is the third largest opera house in the Arab world after the Cairo Opera House in Egypt and the Royal Opera House Muscat in Oman. Bahrain National Theatre is considered the crowning achievement in the kingdom's long-standing efforts to enrich and develop local culture for many decades, as evidenced by a history full of achievements, including establishing the first school in the GCC in 1925 and first radio station in 1941, in addition to a large number of cultural halls and institutes. the ambassador of the Kingdom of Bahrain to the Kingdom of Belgium and Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, Dr. Bahia Jawad Al-Jishi, who is also the representative of the Kingdom to the European Union, participated in the monthly Arab Ambassadors Council meeting held at the Arab League headquarters in Belgium. The meeting discussed the latest developments in the Arab world, namely the Palestine cause, in addition to other regional issues that are concerned to the Arab League. The meeting also reviewed ways to enhance joint cooperation between Arab countries and the European Union countries to meet common interests. It's also worth noting that the Kingdom of Bahrain presides the current session of the monthly Arab Ambassadors Council meeting in Belgium. Head of the Shura Council Legislative and Legal Affairs Committee, Dalal Zayed, the head of the Arab Parliament delegation, is taking part in the 11th meeting of the Arab government experts in enforcing the international humanitarian law. The meeting is organized by Egypt's Ministry of Justice and Human Rights sector under the patronage of Egyptian Justice Minister Chancellor Hussam Abdulrahim and in cooperation with the International Committee of the Red Cross. Delegations from more than 10 Arab countries are taking part in the two-day event, which is organized on September 19th and 20th in the presence of representatives of national committees of the international humanitarian law. The Health Ministry has announced that Salmani Medical Complex is ready to receive all birth cases redirected from Jet House Maternity Hospital due to the developments and maintenance work taking place at the latter in implementation of the ministry's strategy to develop public hospitals to improve services to citizens. The Health Ministry said 2 additional maternity wards have been established at the Salmani Medical Complex to provide care for women during pregnancy and childbirth, as well as newborn infants. It added the move reflects the ministry commitment to its strategy to develop public hospitals to improve services to citizens. It is worth mentioning that development and maintenance work at Jet House Maternity Hospital is expected to take about 1 year. The Directorate of Meteorology at the Ministry of Transportation and Telecommunications forecast a hot and humid weather today. Variable winds will range from 5 to 10 knots, becoming mainly northerly ranging from 12 to 17 knots at times during the day. Maximum temperature is 38 degrees Celsius and minimum temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. Maximum relative humidity is 85% and minimum is 35%. Sea waves will rise from 1 foot to 2 feet inshore and from 2 to 4 feet offshore during the day.
Thank you.